it was Friday the 13th the other day. So happy Friday the 13th, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about our top 5 Jason kills from the movies. So, for those who don't know, we're big horror movie fans. And I love this time of year.
Yeah.
You know, I love October. I love Halloween. It's just an excuse to watch more horror movies. And Friday the 13th is probably one of my all-time favorite horror movie franchises. Jason is my favorite slasher.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Jason's the coolest.
I grew up watching this shit. And yeah, so this has just been a favorite of mine. So I thought, you know what? Let's celebrate Friday the 13th and talk about our top 5. We got to do it. We're going to have a list. Our top 5 Jason kills.
Hell yeah.
So, you want to go first?
Yeah.
So, number 5. What you got?
I want mostly because I think it's the girl that I connect with because I thought she was hot. Always thought she was hot.
Which movie? Which kill?
Jason 4, the raft scene where the chick from Weird Science is inside the raft and she gets killed with, I don't know if it's his machete or a knife or
like
something.
A blade of some sort.
A blade, but right through the raft. And
right up out of her back.
And it's a simple one, but I always remember her because I
thought she was, and she gets naked.
Yes.
Yeah, she gets
totally hot.
Skinny dipping,
yeah.
At night.
Yeah, totally it's one of my favorites.
At night in the lake.
Yeah.
At Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Well, yeah, also too when we were talking about it, I mean, there's so many kills and so many things that you they just become not even secondary, but they just you don't memorize all of them unless they hit you in some way. So she's the reason why it hit me is because of her.
Yeah.
So that's my number 5.
And same here. Some of these on my list are just for pure, like the first time I've seen them or whatever. I never saw something like that before. So yeah. So that's your number 5?
Yeah, that is my number 5.
Part 4, Sam Raft Impale.
Yeah.
Impalement. All right, I got, fuck it, number 5, Jason versus Freddy. I don't give a fuck. The kid in the beginning getting folded in half in the bed.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That was so fucking brutal.
Yeah. You know, that's one of the best scenes
and he was
ever.
such a fucking prick. That kid was such a fucking prick.
Oh, and it's awesome when he comes back later, too, and he's talking all that shit when I think Freddy's controlling him.
Yeah.
He's like talking to that girl, hey, what are you doing? Partying out here after I've just been killed? He's just talking all that shit. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And he's a total prick to that chick
totally
and shit. And, of course, she fucks him, you know.
Yeah.
But he's like, you know, Jason comes in and first he, like, stabs him repeatedly in the back while he's on that bed, that fold-out bed.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He stabs him a bunch of times and then grabs the bed and folds it in half and he, like, just cracks his spine. So, yeah. So, Jason versus Freddy, bed fold back breaker. I don't know what you want to call it.
That's, you know, breaks dude in bed. That's what I had.
You got that too?
Yeah, I have that too. That would have been my next one.
Number 4?
Yeah, it would have been my number 4.
Because that dude
that was one, like, I couldn't forget it. It was so ridiculous, but cool at the same time.
And it wasn't, it wasn't an old school one. It was like, it's one of the newer movies. It's the new, well, besides the remake, it was like, when did that movie come out? Like 2003 or 4 or something?
Yeah.
It was a newer movie, yeah. And
I'm
it was
going to
like,
say maybe 8.
Yeah, and it was a
awesome.
lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I mean,
we went to the theater together and Step Kid.
We grew up together. I mean, we grew up watching these movies, and I think they did a good job with Jason vs. Freddy. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I like that
anyone
movie.
who doesn't like Jason vs. Freddy, go suck my balls too. Yeah.
Too bad Tracy isn't here. I hate that.
Because Freddy got his ass whooped.
Yeah, because Freddy.
Again, he's a bitch.
Because Freddy's an asshole.
Yeah,
and that's what I like about Jason vs. Freddy is they made Jason a sympathetic character. You saw
why he's pissed.
And you saw a different side of Jason. Like when Freddy goes into Jason's nightmare and he's the little mongoloid kid getting bullied and shit. Yeah. I mean, that was so awesome. Like you saw a different side.
And then so when it all leads up to his hatred to when he finally gets drowned because they're not watching him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's totally awesome.
It's why I like Batman.
And it was good story.
Why I like Batman Begins. You see a side of this character that you've never seen before.
But it's also good storytelling because we get the idea of Jason in a short period of time right there in that scene, in that part of the movie. All of a sudden, things kind of become clear for you on why you do like Jason. Yeah. Why you like him better than Freddy. Freddy's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Pedophile.
Child killer.
And any motherfucker thinks Freddy's cooler than Jason's a fucking pedophile. Fuck them.
Those are strong words.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
Put that on my gravestone. Fucking Freddy fans. Suck my balls. Fuck Freddy.
Damn.
Yeah,
only on the Geek SAVZ. We go hard. We go ham on the SAVZ.
Okay, breaking the dude. That was 4.
Okay, you got 4. My part 4.
Yeah, what's yours?
Jason. Final chapter, part 4. Friday the 13th, part 4. The doctor getting his head sawed and then twisted off. Right, it was right when it's in the beginning when him and the nurse and they're watching 20-minute workout.
Yeah. Oh shit!
Remember 20-minute workout?
Yeah, I do remember 20-minute.
It was porn. It was porn before we could see porn.
Yeah.
and him and the nurse are making out, and then Jason comes in and like takes a hacksaw. Or it was like he was in the morgue, right? Yeah, because he was they were they were about to fuck right beside Jason's dead body.
Yeah, it's hot.
And of course, Jason's not dead. He comes back. He grabs a fucking hacksaw, sticks it, slices his neck, and then twists it. It's so brutal. So yeah, that's my number 4. Doctor saw neck decapitation, whatever you call it.
Okay. What are we on, number 3?
Number 3.
Okay, my number 3 is Jason versus Freddy.
Okay.
And it's a part where the long-haired, blonde-haired kid, he's possessed with Freddy, and he comes up with the 2 needle syringes and shoves them in his thing, and Jason basically cuts him in half.
Cuts him in half.
And rips him rips him his whole body in half where it does a full spin. It's
pretty cool.
It's like he basically almost rips him in half.
Yeah.
It's just it's dope.
It's brutal, and it's like CGI used very well. And, and
it's beautiful. He
chops this dude like diagonally. He like rips his torso, and
his whole torso goes spinning. It twists.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. It's really cool. Scene.
Again, Jason versus Freddy.
Freddy.
It's up there, man. Like
it's
I
up
said,
there.
For Jason fans, I love that movie. Shit.
Well, the kill scenes were better, and the CGI is better, and
And Ronnie Yu, who came from Hong Kong, he directed, The Bride with White Hair, and he was known for making these kung fu movies over there. And the light.
Dude,
if you
there's
watch,
so many cool kill scenes in Jason versus Freddy alone. Yeah. When he goes around and just kills all the kids at the raver scene.
The fucking when he man, that was like right out of Shogun Assassin.
Because when he throws the machete and it's on fire. Yeah, it goes through the dude and it goes through his chest, and then blood goes flying out of his mouth.
Or blood sprays are out of Shogun Assassin.
Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, and then
it's like watching a samurai movie.
He hits the keg and it goes all over the place. Yeah, it's brutal. I think he actually cuts somebody through a keg or something.
Yeah, it's
the whole thing.
Yeah, Jason versus Freddy is a great. I love that
whole
movie.
Scene was.
I love Jason versus Freddy. I think it's awesome. So, that was your number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 3. I don't give a fuck. Jason X. It's on here. Jason X. I don't care. The frozen, smashed face. Now, Jason X is where Jason goes, the one where Jason goes to space. And he resurrects or something. She's in the lab, the science lab. The chick is she's working on the science shit or whatever. I don't know. But he grabs her face and shoves her face into like the liquid nitrogen. Yeah. And it instantly freezes her face solid. And then he smashes her frozen face and it just shatters. Her face just shatters.
That's my number 2.
Is that number 2?
That's my number 2, yeah. That is, even when it was funny because like, I remember watching a couple of Jason movies when I was younger, and I thought they were okay, but I wasn't like super deep into it until Rob came around. It's like, I got the box set. This is back when the box set had just come out on DVD, and I'm like, okay. He goes, I'm showing it. We're going to watch it. Watch all of them. So we watched every Jason movie in order. Bam, bam, bam.
Binge watched them. Huh?
We binge watched them every single night for like, I don't know, during the whole Halloween season, and just went off, right?
Yeah.
And what ended up happening was, I totally fell in love with Jason, totally fell in love with this character, fell in love with Tommy even more, like
Tommy Jarvis?
Yeah, Psycho Tommy, not the cute blonde Tommy.
From Jason Lives?
Yeah, that Tommy sucks.
He's in the game.
That's the shitty Tommy. Psycho Tommy is the shit. He's the best Tommy, and fuck everyone else who doesn't believe it. Fuck you. That is the real Tommy. The other one's an imposter. That blonde-haired bullshit pretty boy motherfucker. That's not Tommy. Fuck him. So, but he's like, we're gonna watch. I think it even started with Jason 10 because I came in and I go, you gonna watch Jason 10, motherfucker? Jason in space? That's gotta be the dumbest shit ever. He goes, no, dude, just go sit down. I said, I don't want to see no fucking bullshit Jason in space. I can't believe this. That's almost as bad as Hellraiser in space, right? It's just like
Hellraiser in space ain't bad.
It's not that great either.
It's not that great,
no.
but it ain't as bad as I was thinking it was.
It was. I got a blowjob during that movie, so that was cool.
That's what makes it cool.
That's the only thing that.
Well, you can give me a blowjob while I watch it.
Oh, that's hot. Fuck you. So anyway, so he goes, well, here, just watch. And then all of a sudden it came to that cryo freeze thing. Goes, this is the best scene ever. And as soon as he fucking smashed her head, I was like, oh shit, I'm in. I was like, I got it. It finally clicked in my head. I'm done trying to analyze this. This is a Jason movie in space. Go with it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And it's great.
And it came out, what, 2000, 2001 or something?
It was after they moved to New Line because it goes, Jason Goes to Hell and then Jason 10.
Yeah, because it's like a comic book. In fact, there were already Jason comics. There were Jason toys by that time. So that's what Jason X is. It's a total comic
Jason
book
X is
movie.
Is the most underrated Jason movie there is.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
I watched it the other night and I was like, fucking hey, this movie is so stupid. It's great.
Yeah.
It's just utter dumb B-movie fucking
fun
exploitation.
Yes.
Fucking hilarity. It's so
the Cairo Freeze is my number 2. So what's your number 2?
My number 2, Part 7, The New Blood, Sleeping Bag.
That's funny.
The sleeping bag. When that fucking chick gets... It's so hilarious. And it was so brutal. Because, because we were so used to watching, Jason hack everybody up. Everyone gets hacked up or gets impaled or chopped in the head or their head cut off or stabbed. There's always some blood shit. But he grabbed this chick in a sleeping bag and swung her into a tree, and it was so fucking hilarious. And then her body falls out, and she's all mangled and shit. But I had never seen anything like that before, and I just busted out laughing. I saw that in the theater when I was 14 or whenever it came out. It was one of the ones that I actually saw in the theater. But Part 7, yeah, sleeping bag into the tree.
That's funny. Okay, so my number 1.
Yeah.
I put 2 together. One is Jason 7, the sleeping bag scene. But the other one is...
you got a tie?
Not even a tie, because they're basically the same thing. Jason 10.
Oh.
Jason 10 in space.
Actually,
he's the real winner. Jason 10 in space is, even though it's not a real official kill, because he doesn't really kill anybody...
Because it's a hologram.
It's a hologram.
He's on the holodeck.
But the holodeck scene is so ridiculous because he grabs... I want to say there's 3 sleeping bags. He grabs one, takes one of the bags, smashes it into the ground, or
into the other chick, yeah.
Beats the other chicks, and then grabs all 3 chicks with all the sleeping bags and just starts beating it on the tree. And when he does it, it gets sped up like a Looney Tunes cartoon, like and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
But the concept of the sleeping bag can't be beat. It's hands down the coolest thing that Jason's ever done, whether it's 7, 10. I think he even does a redo in that new Jason movie and that new Friday the 13th.
He hung the dude in a sleeping bag above the fire. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
it's like a throwback, yeah.
Throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was such funny, yeah. Jason X went and want to smoke some pot. Want to have some premarital sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was fucking great. Yeah, that was your number 1?
Yeah, that was my number 1.
My number 1, and still always my number 1, Part 3, the handstand groin chop.
Oh, yeah.
That is so, still to this day, I cringe a little bit when that dude is walking on his hands, He just got done fucking his girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's in the shower, and he's walking around on his hands.
Yeah, like a dumbass.
And then he looks, and he sees Jason standing over him, and Jason just chops with the machete between his legs.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
It's so fucking brutal, and like, ugh. And then what's even funnier and even more sicker is when his girlfriend finds him. Because you think it's he just got his fucking dick chopped off or whatever. But then when she looks, she's in the hammock, and then she's like reading Fangoria, and then you see the blood dripping down, and then she looks above, and her fucking boyfriend's head or body's dangling, but his legs, his whole like pelvis is completely in half.
Oh,
like
yeah.
his legs are completely wrapped around like a pretzel. So Jason didn't only just chop his dick, he chopped like straight up like into his torso and like split him like in half.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So fucking brutal. Awesome. So yeah, part 3, and that was like the very first Jason movie I ever saw was part 3. I was like 10 or whatever. So basically, part 3 to like 7 are my favorite. Those are like my favorite era.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So that's my. It's a toss up between 3 and 4 is what my favorite one is. I might go with 3, just because that's the first one I saw.
2 is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Just because it's not the conventional, hockey mask, and it's really creepy because Hobo Jason actually connects with me because, we live,
by the river,
Lilydale, a little bit away from it. And if you ever been down to Lilydale, you could actually see somebody living in some shanty house, living this way. This dude, some mongoloid, covering his face with a goddamn fucking mask. I was like, yeah,
the pillow set.
Yeah. That's cool as fuck. I thought it was. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I waffle between 3 and 4 because I love 4 because it's Tom Savini did the effects, but when Jason gets chopped at the, when Tommy Jarvis, little Corey Feldman, chops him and he falls on the blade and it slides down. I mean, I thought that was shit. All that shit was all dope. But yeah, 3 is probably my favorite. So yeah, that's our top 5 Jason kills.
Yeah, I got an honorable mention here.
I got a couple of honorable mentions.
One that I think is super important that probably should have made my list, but
didn't.
It could have even went number 1. Is Jason Goes to Hell. The sex scene in the tent. Basically, he does this thing where I think he grabs a sign or something that's like partially broken, and then he basically shoves it into the girl, into her torso, and then basically pulls it off, and he fucking rips her from here, basically from almost her stomach area all the way up to her shoulder blade, and it's just a gruesome brutal scene. Yeah. It's he also does that thing where he steps on the condom right before it goes over there. They're not like having safe sex, so they got to get it.
Yeah. I have a runner up, part 3 again. I try to not do like on the list the same movie, but a kill from the same movie, 2 kills from the same movie. But still, part 3 I love just because I'd never seen anything like that before. When the chick gets the spear through her eye when he shoots her, and this was in 3D. I never seen it in 3D. I only saw it on cable. But fucking, he shoots the spear, and it goes right in her eye, and she. I just thought, like I said, I was a little kid, never seen anything like that before. So yeah,
I think I have another one, which was. I think it's Jason. I think it's the second part. The dude in the wheelchair.
The hack right in the chop the hatchet to the face.
Yeah,
and then he goes. Then his wheelchair goes down
the flight of stairs. Yeah, it's pretty.
I have a part 2. Yeah, part 2 and runner it up. Fucking the spear through the bed when they were fucking on the bed.
Yeah.
They're having sex, and he like Jason, total cock blocker, comes in and stabs that spear right through the bed and impales both of them while they're fucking. Which is, I mean, I'm sure people can analyze the fuck out of that scene about premarital sex and the dangers of, sex out of wedlock.
There's a lot of dangers going on.
Yeah,
Jason
being impaled with another phallic symbol. And then, of course, I mean, technically this wasn't Jason because it's the very first movie.
Yeah, that don't count.
But fucking Kevin Bacon.
The Kevin Bacon scene's cool, man.
And getting stabbed right.
Tom Savini.
What fucked me up is the fact that he was under the bed. And when I saw that when I was a little kid, that freaked me out. Like, oh shit, the killer's under the bed. Because the killer was under the bed. And he stabbed him through the bed, right through the fucking neck. And that kind of creeped me out. So that's just one of the most creepiest scenes I've ever seen in horror movies. So I just have to mention that. That's an honorable mention.
Yeah, that's Jason Love right there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our list of favorite Jason kills to celebrate this Friday the 13th. So thank y'all for listening. We're going to wrap up this episode. Like I just said, this is the Geek Savz Native Nerds podcast. Check us out on Facebook. We got a Facebook page. Leave us a message. Leave us a comment. Like and share. Tell your friends about us. Subscribe. This is free entertainment. We're not getting paid. We're not charging you to hear us talk all this bullshit. But we do ask, tell your friends about us and check us out. Like our page. Subscribe. This is the Geek Savz, a Native Nerds podcast. This is E-Dub.
It's Anthony.
Extra cheese, hold the mail.